In this video, we're going to be covering the top 10 lessons that I learned in 2019. Last year was a year of incredible growth for me, both personally and professionally, and it's a year where I traveled the globe, spending an obscene amount of money to learn from the very best people in the world. Last year, I spent about 4 months in seminars, in travel to seminars, or hanging around and networking with some of the brightest minds in the world in the areas of business, personal development, fulfillment, and finance. And in this video, I'm going to tell you my top 10 takeaways from this so you can take them and implement them in your life. So let's get into it. Number 1, surround yourself with amazing people. You know, you've probably heard it before, your network determines your net worth, and that's true. What it also does is your network determines your threshold for the behaviors and the level of life that you hold yourself to. You see, if your network binge drinks, they overeat, and they do drugs, then your threshold for doing those things is gonna basically align with your network. You know, if you hang around people that do binge drink every weekend, suddenly it's going to become acceptable for you to do that. Where if you hang around people who they work every Saturday because they're absolutely crushing it in their life and in their business, then that's what your new threshold is going to be. If you hang around people where they're making an absolute fortune, then suddenly whatever your income was before that, it's going to make you step up. So that's why I've stepped up my network dramatically. And as a result, the demand I put on myself is far greater now than it ever has been, all because of the demands of my network. Secondly, people overestimate what they can achieve in a year, but they can't even comprehend the impact you can achieve in several decades. You know, in the world of social media and technology, we're constantly exposed to people who are building massive fortunes in their 20s. However, what most people do is they set out in business, and if they're not a millionaire by the end of the first year, they give up. Or if they're not making $10,000 a month in 30 days, they give up. But what most people can't even comprehend, not even underestimate, can't even comprehend, is if you stay the course for several decades, the sheer impact you're going to make, both in changing people's lives, in growing your business and service, and also financially, is going to absolutely blow your mind. Third thing, if I can't, I must. You know, in life, we often find ourselves saying, I can't do this, I don't have time to do this, I can't work out, I don't have the time, I can't build a business, I just can't do what they're doing. If you find yourself saying I can't, then you must. You see, saying you can't is putting a limit on yourself. And every time you put a limit on yourself, you have a choice. Do you shrink to fit underneath the new roof you've put on yourself? Or do you bust through it, climb, and achieve more than you've ever achieved? If you want to be successful in life, you must do whatever you say you can't do. Because the truth is you're powerful and you can do whatever the hell you want to do. The fourth thing is you get whatever you demand from your life. You see, at the start of 2019, I couldn't take more than 2 days out of my business without things getting hectic. You know, I was just myself and a couple of staff, and I was still the core of the business. So the thought of taking 7 days off for a seminar did my head in. And because of that, for the first seminar I did last year, I spent half of the day, not in the seminar room, but running my business. Now, I realized very soon that I'd spent a lot of money and traveled halfway around the world to this event, that that's not the way things need to be. So I demanded the amount of time off. I said, I'm going to be taking this time off. And in total, I took about 4.5 months off last year, while growing our business dramatically. And what it made me realize is that by setting the demand of, I'm going to take 4.5 months off to travel to seminars, to attend seminars, and to network with people who are doing incredible things in this world, it made me realize and made my brain think a different way. Because once that was the new threshold, my brain said, okay, well, how are we going to do this? You see, if you demand it, your brain will find a way. Your brain is an incredibly powerful supercomputer that only answers the questions you give it. And it's up to you to demand. Lesson number 5, fall in love with your customers, not your products and service. You see, in business, it is a spiritual game. And when you fall in love with your customers, you fall in love with the people that you want to help, you'll always find ways to service their needs, and you'll always naturally innovate to improve the way that you service it. Whether it's improving your existing product, whether it's in getting new products to help service them with, whether it's simply helping them understand whatever their problem is in a different light. When you show up every day from a position where you're truly giving, you're going to be amazed at the abundance that's going to come back to you in this world. Number 6, satisfied customers will destroy your business. Let me say that again because this is counterintuitive. If you have satisfied customers or clients in your business, they will destroy you. Because satisfied customers will leave you. Satisfied customers won't refer anyone to you, and you don't learn anything from satisfied customers. Instead, you need to swap your business and create a raving fan culture. You don't need customers that are satisfied. You want people that are shouting from the rooftops how great you are, how big an impact you made to their business or their life, and by doing so, you are going to absolutely transform your business rather than dying a slowly death with satisfied customers. Number 7, you need to review your financial numbers and your financial optics weekly. As a business owner, you need to know what is your profit, what is your cash situation, what are your management ratios, what is your return on cash, what is your return on ad spend, what is your revenue per employee. You need to know whatever optics and metrics are relevant to your industry, and you need to review them. Now, one of the big things here, and this is a really quick one, is you need to understand the difference between profit and cash. Profit is a theory. Cash is king. Let me repeat that. Seeing on your income statement that you made $30,000 last month, that's theory. How much of it's in the bank? How much of it's actually owed to you from clients that haven't paid yet? That's the difference. Many businesses have gone under that were hyper profitable because they didn't have the cash. Key learning number 8, to make business decisions now so you can make lifestyle decisions for the rest of your life. What does this mean? Well, it means to invest back in your business, to do the hard work, to check in and to show up every day now. And as a result, you'll build a business, you'll build some cash, you'll build investments so that for the rest of your life you can make lifestyle decisions. You see, if you want to check out of your business too early, if you want to automate things too early, you'll find yourself making business decisions for the rest of your life. So make business decisions now and make lifestyle choices for the rest of your life. Key learning number 9, you need to build a brand. Some of the reasons you need a brand is because a brand is what people trust. If you're selling a service, if you're selling a product that other people sell, you're a commodity. And people don't buy commodities. What's the difference between Rolls-Royce and Hyundai? Brand. Yes, as a car guy, Rolls-Royce is a totally different car. It is so much better than a Hyundai in so many different ways. But the reason why Rolls-Royce costs 20 times more is because of the brand. You see, a brand is what people trust. A brand is what gives you margin. Think of Louis Vuitton. Are their handbags, do they really cost 20 times more than something you'll get from Zara? No, that doesn't cost 20 times more to make. However, by having a brand, they have a margin, and that margin has made the owner of the company group that owns Louis Vuitton one of the wealthiest men in the world. So what is a brand? A brand is very simple. A brand is a promise to deliver massive value to your customer that you advertise and that you live. That is what a brand is. Number 10, and most important learning of the entire 2019, having traveled the world, having spent an obscene amount of time learning from the best in the world, is that you are the business. If you're trying to grow a business, without growing yourself first, without growing who you are as a person, without growing your skill sets, without growing your mindset, then you may attract some money in the short term. But without you growing into the person it requires to run the business, to own the business, and to manage the business at that level, whatever that level is for you, then you won't last long term. You see, if you want to be someone who makes 6 figures a year, then you need to become that person before you're going to earn it. That means creating the routines of a 6-figure earner, creating the daily habits, creating the rituals, growing your own personal mindset to that level. If you want to be 7, 8, 9 figures, whatever it is, you've got to become that person first. Because the state that you show up in every day, the state that you bring to your business is ultimately what your business will become. And even if you catch a trend, even if you catch a boom, if you don't show up in the right state with the right skills, that will eventually die. So that is it, guys. That is the top 10 lessons I learned from a year of traveling and learning and attending over 15 seminars with some of the brightest business, finance, and personal development minds on the planet. So what do you think? Drop in your comments below. I'd love to hear which one of these learnings is most impactful for you and why. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Got heaps more amazing content coming out very regularly. So with that said, hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time.